beautiful people. It is countdown. It is day 7 and 7 working days left. And I'm just this is a late video. I was on my live for a couple hours. Y'all know I love to talk. I love to converse and talk. So this is a countdown, and I was on my live just discussing how, walking with, in my therapy, healing, and walking with God, in order to step into God's intended purpose for your life and destiny, you have to go through a series of processes to ensure that you're refined and like healed, that you deal with things, that you're truthful, honest, and like I say, integrity. And integrity means how you act even when you're by yourself, when no one's around, when nobody's cheering for you, um, and those things. And I was definitely, I am definitely God's chosen. And over these last 2 years, it's in my life, I was forged by the fire, and yet I was also forged by solitude. And it is very clear from the things that I've been learning that uh, solitude, being forged in solitude was God's plan, um, because my mantle is so weighty and heavy, and with and it'll come with great responsibility. So in order, I was in solitude by myself to, like I say, broken down ultimately to be rebuilt, to learn my own strength, what I'm capable of, um, and also, like I say, to solidify the values and the moral code and those things that are important to me. Like I said, I know I'm a light bearer, light carrier, light worker, light bearer. I stand on the truth. It is because I'm brutally honest with myself. I don't bullshit myself or nobody else. Like I for me, it's about growth, expansion, always being better, and through healing, drawing closer to God, therapy. Like, you have to be honest, brutally honest with yourself. You have to take accountability. You have to, there's no hiding or not addressing or picking and choosing what you deal with. Like, you have to lay things bare. You have to be willing to discuss them. You have to look at the people that you love, people in your life, people that you encounter. You have to forgive. You have to also look at the role that you play in things, and the things that you accepted and the things that you allowed uh, that were less than desirable for yourself. Um, and you have to forgive yourself and give yourself love and compassion. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself, mind, body, spirit. Like I said, you just have to, when you come from a life of trauma and so many things, and endured a lot and been through a lot, like even in therapy, you're not dealing with stuff in bulk. It's you're pulling them things out one at a time, dealing, addressing, facing, confronting, going through it so that you can move past it, so that you can no longer carry it and define yourself by it, so that you can release that for yourself, so that you can let that weight go. And ultimately, the healing, the growth, the expansion, the brutal honesty, learning my identity in God. Also, like, no more shrinking, no more dimming my light, um, no more chasing, no chase. I don't chase. I don't bow. I don't break. I don't bend. I speak my mind. I use my voice. I also know very clearly when to be silent, when my silence is most powerful. And one thing about that is it's a lot of, um, there's a lot of spiritual warfare. There's unfortunately a lot of people that aren't happy with my growth, with my expansion, with my changing, with the power and authority that I'm stepping into. And another beautiful thing about God is that once God validated me, I don't need validation from people. So I could care less what people think think about me at this point in life. So if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you're lost. And it's not up to me to try to change people's mind or convince them. I have to live my life fully for me. And I can't let who doesn't like me or who's mad or who's bothered, because ultimately, when people are hateful, hurtful, vengeful, when they have ugly things to say, when they're toxic, negative, or try to tear you down, ultimately that says a lot more about the person who's actually doing it than it does you. So I can't be bothered by how I make somebody feel. I'm not tapping into that. I'm not invested in that, and I'm not carrying that because it's not my issue to deal with. That's a very personal thing that they will have to address, and I pray that they do. I have to continue doing me, working on me, and it's just the more freedom. I mean, the more healing that I do, it's definitely a sense of freedom. Loving, honoring, and valuing myself, and respecting myself in a way that I never have. Um, Limiting access and having firm boundaries, being unbothered, not reacting, deciding if I want to thoughtfully respond or if I need to respond at all. Sometimes silence is the power. Um, so it's just doing everything that I need to do and everything that I need to come up to continue to cut ties, cut cords, release any old thoughts, negative patterns, mindsets, limiting beliefs, stories, labels assigned, things learned. You definitely have to go through a dark night of the soul where you have to address everything, trauma, ugly things you never spoke, things never unsaid. And this is to truly, because a lot of the things that I'm realizing in therapy too, a lot of the things that I believe wasn't even the truth. So you have to address it, face it, confront it, and release it with love and compassion. Give yourself love and compassion, but this is something that is required and needs to be done, because if you know, situations, circumstances, the identities we define ourselves by, how we feel about ourselves, like it takes a toll on you, and it also guides the choices that you make and take for yourself. So the more healed and the better you are, the better and good you're going to be, the better you'll be for yourself. And for me, it's about learning me, making me a priority, loving me, caring about me, considering me, and doing everything that I need to do to ultimately free me. And I have never felt this sense of freedom. I don't wear any masks. I am authentically 100% always who I am. And it is a liberation like I have never felt. And I pray that I'm just really taking myself seriously, not giving or helping people at the expense of myself as I used to, picking and choosing what I need to do, protecting my time, my effort, my energy, my peace, my space. So just a lot of things change when you start healing and growing and drawing closer to God. And God, my identity in God is called me higher. It taught me how to love myself, and it is a beautiful thing. And I'm going to continue to do all that I need to do so that I can ultimately be the vessel, be strong enough to step into, be strong enough according to God's terms to step into my soul's purpose and ultimately my destiny. And I will continue to make every tweak and adjustment and do all that I need to do to get there. Like I say, I compromised, sacrificed, giving up myself, did so much stuff for other people. Now I'm going to continue to put in all the work and efforts that I need to do to give myself the best life possible, because I haven't always done that, but I will now. And it is still wrapping my head around that I have 7 working days left, and that I will be out of there after 19 and a half years. And that is so unlike me. For analytical thinker, stuff has to make sense, have to have a plan. I never was a risk taker. And this is not a choice that I would have made. So just that I'm following God and stepping out on faith to let God lead. And I know where God is going to lead me is definitely going to be someplace beautiful. I'm going to take the leap of faith, because I know that not only am I going to fly, I'm going to soar. And 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 like I say, what God has planned for me is far bigger, grander, and better than anything that I could have ever planned for myself. And I know I will live the life of my wildest dreams. I'm going to continue to be present in my moments, be aware of the feelings and the negativity and the negative thoughts that try to rear their ugly head, so that I can address them, face them, deal with them, and ultimately set them aside. Because I will not let them have any control over me. I will not get stuck in it. I'm going to address it, make sure that I'm aware of it, and stay pushing forward. I am just so excited. I am just so excited to see what is next. Have not in the past stepped out on faith like this for myself, and I'm just proud of myself for pushing past, any thoughts that came to my mind, but also the thoughts and negative about people saying it's not a good idea, and so much stuff that come from the outside. And it's like, it's, I appreciate people's concern, but at this point, I've been here for 2 years by myself, doing it by myself only because of the grace and mercy and provisions of God. Nobody's been checking for me or checking on me. So at this point, I could really care less about people's opinions. So whereas I'm grateful for your concern, I can't let it um, I can't let it bear any weight or produce any fruit in my life, because I know that everything in me is telling me, like I say, I'm going to step out on faith, and God is truly going to bless me. I've had enough strife, trials, tribulations, breakdowns. I know that it is my time for uh, my breakthroughs, my miracles, my blessings, my abundance, my prosperity, my calling, my purpose, my mission. And I know that I'm going to create and continue to follow my discernment and where God leads me, as I know as long as I allow God to lead and I continue to follow, that I will definitely be blessed. So this is day 7 in spiritual meaning. An angel number of day 7 signifies a deep spiritual awakening of inner wisdom, intuition, and mystical connection, urging you to trust your inner knowing pursue spiritual growth and embrace your role as a spiritual guide or healer. Ooh. And often approaching when you are on the right path toward enlightenment and a divine understanding. It is a number that perfect cycles, good fortune, and heightened psychic abilities, promising spiritual rewards for inner journey. Spiritual awakening is a powerful sign that you are becoming more attuned with the spiritual realm and higher consciousness, intuition, and psychic gifts. It encourages you to listen to your gut feelings and develop psychic or intuitive abilities. Inner wisdom and knowledge represents deeper inner knowing, research, and the search for the truth. Perfect cycle symbolizes completed spiritual cycles and the universe's perfect order, marking a time of evolution, guidance, and teaching. You may be called to be a teacher, healer, or spiritual leader, guiding others. Good fortune often appears when you're aligned with your soul's purpose, bringing blessings and good luck. Trust your path. You're on the right path for a spiritual journey. Keep going. Meditate and reflect. Deepen your inner work and spiritual practices. Develop your gifts. Pay attention to your intuition and spiritual insights. And embrace solitude. Use quiet time for contemplation and complete in connection with the divine. So I am excited. This is day 7 working days left, and here we go. I'm going to keep on pushing forward. I'm going to keep on pushing forward to the end, and I'm going to step out on faith and let God lead. I surrender all. I surrender all, and I know I'm going to be blessed. You have a good night, sweet dreams, and rest well. Ooh, day 7. Yes, so I will talk to you soon, my beautiful people. You have a good night. I think I already said that. Take good care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. And at the end of the day, have some grace for yourself. Do something nice. No excuses. No justifications, because don't nobody care about them. Okay? Get it done. All right, my beautiful people. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Nice.